Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. Today we are going to talk about a question that someone sent me that I wrote down because I couldn't remember specifically what they were asking me for. So if I look down, I'm looking at my notes because I had to plan out what I wanted to say. So sorry. This person messaged me and asked me how to write a sorority interest letter. And I think the main thing that we need to focus on is the difference between a recommendation letter and a sorority interest letter. With some sororities, I want to say 2 out of the 4 will require you to write an interest letter explaining your interest in the sorority. And basically all that is basically if you're in college, it's like a letter of intent, if you want to look at it that way. It's different from a recommendation letter because a recommendation letter is something that someone writes on your behalf. Well, not on your behalf, it's something that someone writes, well, yeah, on your behalf about you to an organization. A sorority interest letter is a letter that you yourself write to the organization to explain your interest and things like that. So the thing that I think is important to pay attention to when you're writing a sorority interest letter is paying attention to the formatting as well as the requirements of the letter itself. And I also think, you guys probably think that I'm like beating a dead horse at this point, but whenever someone asks me a question specific to a particular sorority, I always say to check with the membership chair, because it's true, you have to check with the membership chair to make sure that you're following the requirements as stated by the sorority and just not going off of what I'm saying. So if you know that there's a specific sorority that you want to join and they're requesting a interest letter, I think that it's important to check with the membership chair if you haven't already to make sure you're doing everything correctly. My advice is good advice, but I think it's very, very general. Unless someone asks me something specific, or if someone asks me specific things about my sorority, I can tell you. But if it's something about another sorority or organization, I always say to go to the membership chair or the intake chair to make sure that you're on the right track. So pay attention to the format, pay attention to the requirements as stated by the sorority. I will also pay attention to the word count to make sure that you're not writing too long of a statement or too little of a statement. Like I said, it's very similar to a letter of intent when you're joining a college or even maybe even a job, because you want to make sure that you're following the format as directed so that they don't penalize you for anything being written incorrectly. So pay attention to the word count, the format, the person that the letter is supposed to be addressed to, as well as how long or how short it should be. I don't think it should be longer than a page, in my honest opinion. My papers that I've written have always been 1 page, double spaced. That's probably 3 paragraphs. There's 5 sentences in a paragraph. Sorry, I'm an English minor. I would say no more than 2 to 3 paragraphs about yourself, 1 page tops, double spaced, in whatever font and size that they request, whatever font size and font that they request. Within the letter itself, I think that it's important to sell yourself. I think it's important to list your strengths and weaknesses. Now, this could be if you don't have anything to go off of whatsoever. So if they don't give you a rubric or a guideline to what to put in your letter, these are the things that I would recommend. I would recommend talking about yourself, maybe talking about an experience that led you to the sorority that you're interested in. Talk about your strengths, talk about your weaknesses. What do you have to bring to the table? Basically like being on a job and explaining why you deserve the opportunity to be at this job or why you deserve the opportunity to be in the sorority. My personal way of writing things, whenever I do a letter of intent, I always like to tell a story. I'm a writer. I've been writing for years. So I like to tell a story whenever I'm writing my letters to let people see the person that I am, my writing style, but just my story in general, how I convey it on a page. And it's worked out for me so far. But if you have something different, by all means try it, but that's just the way that I like to write my letters. What else? I think that it's important to explain, not necessarily explain, but I think it's important to say what the sorority can do for you as well as what you can do for the sorority, which, I mean, we already know what we can do for you, basically. Sometimes we already know why people are applying, but I think the letter is something that would definitely differentiate you from people who really want it versus the people who don't know why they want it. You can explain why you want to be in a sorority, and that'll make you all the more marketable versus somebody who's just joining based off of face value and they don't know anything about the sorority. And I think that that is a good way to get your foot in the door. It's a good way to market yourself. It's a great way to let the sorority members know who we're bringing into their chapter, which is probably why 50% of us do require you to write a letter in the first place. But just take all that into consideration when you're writing a letter. Let that marinate for a second. I want you to really take time to think about why you want to join before you actually write your letter, because if you just write it off the bat like you do a free write session, I don't think that that'll be all that helpful. So take it seriously and take time to think about why you want to join, what it means to you, what it can do for you at the end, and I think that'll really come out on the page. So take time when you write your letters. If you guys have any comments on how to write a sorority interest letter, please put them down below. I never had to write a sorority interest letter, or at least I don't think I did. I've had plenty of recommendation letters written for me. If you guys have had any experience with that, please put them down below for my viewers to read. If you want to remain anonymous, you can let me know and I'll be happy to pass the information along. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Oh, and before I forget, let me shout out a couple of people. Hold on. Because I've had so many people message me in the past couple of months. Well, I won't say your names. Let me just shout out anyone who's ever messaged me telling me that they joined the sorority of their dreams. That is amazing, you guys. I'm so happy for you. Even if you don't even join Sigma, you just joined sorority and my videos were able to help you. Thank you guys so much for letting me know that. I think it's amazing. I'm super excited for you guys. There's nothing like being a Neo, and there's nothing like joining the sorority of your dreams. The sorority is really something, it's amazing. I have no words. I'm so happy that I'm part of a sorority, and I'm happy that my videos are helping you guys find what you need to be a part of a sorority, to be a part of something great, to be a part of something amazing. If you guys are legacies and you're joining the sorority of your dreams, that is awesome. If you guys join Sigma because of me, thank you guys so much for letting me know that. It really means a lot to me. I hope that these videos will continue to encourage you guys in the future. I have more videos coming up. So if you guys like these videos, please let me know. If you guys have any suggestions for me, please let me know as well. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next Q&A. Bye.